Everybody, lots of
I just want to give a shout out to my fellow Jew. Okay? We are going to take control of the state pretty soon. It will be blue and white. Oh, another Jews. That's right. We are. Right in there. I'm a single mom, but I'm kind of a special kind of single mom. I'm a single mother by choice. Single mother by choice, yeah. So I felt like, I had to do this. Having a child was really important to me. It was on my bucket list just before I was skydiving. And now I hardly ever get late. But, some people say, oh, it's not fair that your daughter doesn't get to see her father's side of the family. I'm like, she sees her father's side of the family every Thanksgiving. The turkey's not going to base itself. When I was pregnant, the doctor told me that I had a somewhat serious medical complication, and I would need a C-section. But the baby was okay, and everything was going to be all right. And I was like, thank God. I'll still have a tight pussy. And I know some of you may think that I don't care about my kid or something, and it's not that I'm a bad mom, it's just that I want to be a good girl. I was fortunate enough when my daughter was younger to be able to put her in a ridiculously overpriced daycare center. And I know that some of the teachers and the moms, kind of looked at me like, they were kind of snide, just sort of like, she can't be a really good mom, she's a single mom, she probably doesn't discipline her child, she probably brings home a lot of uncles to the house. First of all, it's none of their fucking business. Second of all, I'm a good mom. I put my daughter to bed by 9, and I don't talk to any of those uncles until after 10 o'clock. And because I have my parenting skills, right? But with one of her little friends at school at the daycare, she had a play date, which was invented for parents. I love play dates. It's like, okay, bye-bye. See you in 7 hours. Mommy loves you. Okay, see you later. And so we go to the house, and the mom has, this like organic, healthy spread buffet kind of thing for the kids. Like grapes cut into quarters, and organic Cheez-Its and all this stuff. And whatever, great. And so then it was my turn to give the parent a break from her kid. And so I had the kid come over, and I'm kind of freaking out because I'm like, I don't have any healthy food in my house, and I'm going to look like a bad mom. And so I'm like panicking, and I'm looking around like, oh, okay, there's a banana, So I go over, and I was like, okay, well, it's an old brown banana, but, whatever, it'll do. And I'm kind of like trying to get I got the banana, and it's like bending, because it's all old and everything, and I'm thinking, I've been here before, I try to break it off or get it off. Anyway, and it's like trying to get it all mushy and stuff like that. And, finally, I get it open, and it explodes like a zit. like, I looked like a skinny bull dyke, pretty much. Like, you just put, a thick black belt on me with some hip hugger jeans and some shit kicker boots, and, it wasn't really attractive to the opposite sex. And, my daughter was like, oh, this army, Mom. And I'm like, well, you should be, because it's going to take that much longer to find a daddy for you now. But, now my hair is growing back, and so I look fine. And I'm hoping that by summer, it'll be down to, like, hetero. And by the way, I can say that, it might sound a little politically incorrect or something, but I considered myself to be a lesbian in college. I didn't want to eat pussy, and so I couldn't get a girlfriend, and I slept with a lot of men. So I considered myself to be a rebellious lesbian. My daughter is graduating from kindergarten on Friday. And they're having a graduation ceremony. When I went to school, they just called it the last day of school. And I thought, what am I going to get her? And I just thought, like, I could get her a nice card, and then I remembered she can read sight words. So that wasn't really going to work. And so there's this new doll, this new trend, like craze for these kids called Monster High dolls. It's kind of like Barbie that has two parents that were crackhead first cousins or something. They're like really scary looking and just like this monster type of doll. And so I figured, I'll get her a Monster High doll. So, I'm going to have like a little party for the kids and come over and go play with their Monster Highs. And I'll go upstairs and get out my bong and get my Monster High. Sorry, I'm using my notes. These are new!
It's okay.
So, yeah, as you all pointed out, we're all getting older.
Yeah.
And so I'm past my 30s. Not you, and I get to use like fish oil, flax oil, fiber food, and but I really want a boyfriend, and I looked on Craigslist, but it's really sad because all the sugar daddies are younger than me, and I feel really bad. So I have tried some online dating, and I think that 40 years ago they didn't diagnose autism enough, because I think there should be a box, on the online profile, like autistic, not autistic facility. But I was talking to this one guy, and he was really obsessed. He seemed really obsessed with my weight. Basically, like, he was afraid that I was really fat, because some other girl that he met, said that she was like Angelina Jolie skinny, which is now really skinny. And she turned out to be like 300 pounds. And so he asked her, like, are you fat? And she said, well. And I was like, look, all right, you don't have to climb on top. Just get up, right? And surprisingly, he wanted to see me right away. Let's see. So I volunteered at the Denver rescue mission. I'm a really good person. And I was there, and this guy comes up to me, and he's like, so which church are you with? And I said, oh, I'm Jewish. I'm not with the church. And he's like, oh, okay, well, you're going to hell then. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And so after the dinner was over, he comes up to me and he's like, do you you want to go to Bible study with me on Sunday? And I said, well, who's the Jew now? What kind of a cheap date is that? But there are not many good things that are going on. There's a couple of good things. So one of them is like, deal breakers better. What you want in a relationship and what you don't want. So that's good. For example, I think that eating pussy is a staple in any relationship.
Yeah.
That's right. I know that this can take a little time, but the guy, he's got to be able to jerk off in front of me. And I know that can take time. It's kind of like when I enter into a relationship, I always wonder when I'll be able to pee in front of my boyfriend. Or hold my boyfriend's dick while he pees. It's just a thing. Like, it takes a little time to get used to. I think that as we get older in this, there's not as many roles for mature women in film. And so I have a few friends who are filmmakers, and I'm pitching an idea. It's a spin-off of the classic documentary series, Girls Gone Wild. It's going to be middle-aged women gone wild. I'm really excited about it. It's like we're going to show middle-aged women getting spanked while putting on our spanks, and knitting lingerie in our lingerie, putting on our anti-aging lotion. We'll get to wear white T-shirts and jump off into the pool to cool off from our hot flashes. So I'm very excited about it. It's like my tribute to middle-aged women. I think it'll be marketed to teenage boys with an edible complex and grandpas. And if it goes really well, I'm going to do a sequel called Grandma's Gone Wild, and hopefully Betty White will be willing to star in that. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to tell you some very personal things. I do have a bit of an adventurous side to me. And I had an opportunity in my 20s to have a three-way. So that was a lot of fun. But I have to say that, like, you have this fantasy of what a three-way is going to be like. You think it's going to be all sexy and, like, smooth and all. But in reality, well, it was more like, do each other, because I was just fucking exhausted after a while.